Tom Orr became one of the most recognizable faces on the History Channel's Mountain Men, captivating audiences with his old-school survival lifestyle and quiet, rugged determination. Living deep in Montana's wilderness, he represented a fading era of self-reliance where life depended on skill, patience, and respect for nature. Fans watched him craft buckskin clothing, endure brutal winters, and live almost entirely off the land. But then, without warning, he faded from the spotlight, sparking questions and rumors. What caused his sudden disappearance from the show, and what became of him afterward? The truth behind his journey is both grounded and surprising. Mountain Men and the appeal of wilderness survival. The Mountain Men series is more than reality television. It is a raw look at people who have chosen to live far from modern comfort. Set across remote regions of the United States, the show follows individuals who depend on hunting, trapping, and traditional skills to survive harsh seasons. Unlike typical survival entertainment, it focuses on real routines, long winters, and daily struggles, rather than staged drama. Viewers are drawn to its authenticity and the philosophy of living simply. It highlights not just survival, but the emotional and physical cost of choosing freedom over convenience in the wild frontier. Key figures who define the series, several individuals shape the identity of the show, each bringing a unique survival story. Eustace Conway lived in North Carolina, preserving traditional skills and teaching others about self-sufficient living. Marty Maiorato worked in Alaska's extreme cold, flying into remote areas to trap furs in isolation. Then there was Tom Orr in Montana, whose calm presence and craftsmanship made him a fan favorite. Together, they represented different approaches to wilderness life, from education to extreme endurance. While each man stood out, Tom's quiet humility and craftsmanship made him especially memorable to viewers seeking a simpler, grounded way of life. Tom Orr's rise to television fame. Tom Orr was not originally a television personality, but a lifelong outdoorsman with decades of experience. His appearance on Mountain Men introduced him to a global audience who admired his traditional buckskin tanning, trapping knowledge, and calm personality. Living in the remote Yauk River Valley with his wife Nancy, he showed what it meant to survive Montana's unforgiving winters. Fans appreciated his authenticity, as he was not performing survival but truly living it. Over time, his segments became some of the most anticipated, making him a symbol of old frontier living in modern media. Life with Nancy in the wilderness. Tom Orr's story is inseparable from his wife, Nancy, who shared his journey into the wilderness. The couple left behind conventional life decades ago, seeking freedom in Montana's isolated landscapes. Together, they built a life based on trapping, hunting, and resilience against extreme weather. Their partnership grew stronger through hardship as they endured freezing winters, food shortages, and isolation from society. Nancy learned survival skills alongside Tom, becoming an equal partner in their lifestyle. Their story reflects not only endurance but also companionship, showing how shared purpose can sustain life in even the harshest environments imaginable. The art of brain tanning and craftsmanship. One of Tom Orr's defining skills was brain tanning, a traditional method of preserving animal hides using natural materials. He discovered the technique through Native American teachings and mastered it over time, turning raw hides into soft, durable buckskin. This craft became both a livelihood and a passion, connecting him deeply to historical survival methods. At events like rendezvous gatherings, his handmade clothing and leatherwork gained admiration from fellow artisans. His craftsmanship was not just practical, but cultural, preserving knowledge that is rarely practiced today and turning survival skills into respected artistic tradition within wilderness communities. Hardship, isolation, and wilderness reality. Life in Montana's Yauk River Valley was far from romantic. Tom and Nancy faced extreme winters where temperatures dropped dangerously low, and survival depended on careful preparation. Food scarcity, long isolation, and physical exhaustion were constant challenges. Wildlife encounters and unpredictable weather added further risk. Despite this, they adapted and endured, relying on experience rather than modern convenience. Their resilience became a defining feature of their story. While television highlighted the beauty of wilderness living, the reality included hardship, sacrifice, and constant labor, revealing that off-grid life demands far more endurance than most people can imagine. From rodeo life to mountain survival, before becoming a mountain man, Tom Orr lived a dramatically different life as a rodeo competitor. Raised in Illinois, he grew up around horses and developed a passion for trick riding and bull riding. By his teenage years, he was competing professionally, eventually earning recognition in rodeo circuits. However, repeated injuries, including a serious accident involving a bull, forced him to reconsider his future. Over time, he stepped away from rodeo life, seeking something more meaningful and sustainable. This transition marked the beginning of his journey toward wilderness living and self-sufficient survival in Montana. Departure from the show and public curiosity. As seasons of Mountain Men progressed, viewers noticed Tom Orr appearing less frequently. His slower movements and reduced screen time sparked speculation about his health and future on the show. Eventually, his presence faded, leading to widespread curiosity and rumors about his exit. However, there was no dramatic incident or scandal behind his departure. Instead, age, personal choice, and a desire for privacy played a role. Living remotely meant he was already distant from public life, and stepping back from filming aligned naturally with his long-standing preference for simplicity and independence from media attention. Legacy, craft, and life beyond television. Even after leaving the spotlight, Tom Orr's legacy continues through his craftsmanship and influence. His handmade buckskin clothing and traditional skills remain respected among outdoor enthusiasts. Reports suggest that his work, along with appearances from the show, contributed to a modest but stable income, allowing him to continue living independently. More importantly, his legacy is not financial but cultural. He represents a bridge between modern audiences and forgotten survival traditions. His life with Nancy stands as a testament to endurance, simplicity, and dedication to a lifestyle built entirely on self-reliance and respect for nature. Conclusion: the real story of Tom Orr. The story of Tom Orr is not one of disappearance or mystery, but of a man choosing a life consistent with his values. From rodeo arenas to Montana's wilderness, his journey reflects transformation, resilience, and commitment to simplicity. His time on Mountain Men brought his lifestyle into public view, but his departure was simply a return to privacy and routine. There were no hidden scandals or dramatic exits, just a man continuing his life off the grid. In the end, Tom Orr remains a symbol of authenticity in a world increasingly distant from nature and self-reliance.